Hi.
Let's start. Hi. What are we doing today? Linguistic profile, right?
Yes, linguistic profile.
Have we already prepared all the questions? Already.
Yeah.
They're right in front of us here. Here's the list of the questions we're going to ask. Okay? So let's start from introduction. Bobby, you want to go first? Me
So
first?
you're gonna.
Uh, Hi, my name is Jay. Atada is my Thai name. I don't have English name because I was born and raised in Thailand. So anyways, my name is Atada. Okay, I'm from Thailand. I was born in Chiang Mai, the northern part of Thailand. I was growing up there for 3 years before I moved down to Bangkok and spent about 7-8 years in Bangkok before I moved to USA. My race and my dialect, I'm Thai, so there's nothing I can say more about that. My background, my dad is from eastern part. He's Isan. He speaks fluent Isan, and my mom speaks. She came from northern part, so she speaks northern accent. I can understand both accents, but I cannot speak any of them because they never taught me how to speak them. Social class, I'm in the middle social class. Not rich, not poor. I mean, after all, I studied in ABAC, so I got some sort of money to spend. And anyways, education. I was studying in Saakhit Jula for until 7th grade. And then I moved to US and studied there for 10 years. I went to college there for one year, but I never made it because I was not smart enough to stay in college there. Interest, I like football. I really love football. It's probably one of the motivation that forced me to study in English so I can meet one of the famous soccer players, such as Robbie Fowler and so on. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
My name is Natapon. My nickname is Bobby, and actually it is my English nickname is Bobby, right? But my real nickname is Bong, B-O-N-G. I have to have my nickname in English because I want to change my identity when I go to work at ECC. When I teaching English, my employer prefer me to use English name. And where are you from? I'm from far south of the Thailand. I'm come from Hat Yai. And
Wait, so you speak Southern accent too?
yes, I.
Can you show me a little bit?
Yeah. แรงตายได้ไหม
So I can understand.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Can
It's
you
mean
speak Southern?
Oh, so you understand South too?
Yeah.
Oh, no
It's
wonder.
similar like Central Thai, but
No, it's
different.
yeah, it's quite different and it's quiet, low. When I speak,
tone.
yeah, it's low tone and it's quite look like a low society.
But fast, really fast. You guys speak really fast. I cannot
And it's
catch
also
what you're
fast.
saying.
But when I came to Bangkok, I prefer to use a standard Thai because I feel high self-esteem when I use standard Thai.
To make you
To-
more professional.
Yeah, to make me look more educated. And about my family is come from very far south than Hat Yai. They come from Betong and the language they use is Chinese, Guangdong, and Taijiu. Okay.
Oh, the Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
They both use Chinese, but I choose not to speak Chinese because I don't like Chinese, and that's why I study.
You
only
like
English.
Chinese language or you like Chinese in general? Like,
Or Chinese girl.
no,
did Chinese girl broke your heart before?
no,
That's why?
because I don't like Chinese language because when I study it's so hard.
Okay.
And about social class, I think I am in a middle class you guys. And education, I study at ABAC University in a bachelor degree, so I start to use English a lot in the bachelor degree.
Wait,
And
I'm sorry, I may interrupt you. About education,
yes,
when did you start speaking English? Like,
when
yeah, when?
I start to use English when I was very young. When I was in Pathum 6, that time there's a famous English band named Linkin Park. Yeah.
You're a big
And
fan of Linkin Park?
Yeah, and that's why I start to listen to English song, and that's
What? I think the Linkin Park song is quite fast and complicated. So
Yeah.
how could you understand that?
yeah. That time I couldn't understand, but I can
Search.
just only pronunciation, but no meaning.
And you
That's-
get
I
some
think-
motivation from
Yeah.
this
I
band?
think I had the same experience because when I was little, before I moved to US, I liked many songs from like Green Day was very popular during
me
my
too.
time. I don't understand what they're saying, so I have to look up on the internet, search their lyrics, and look it up the meaning of the songs, which is that's how I start to learn my English, not from school, but from my own
I
motivation.
also started to learn English from the
Titanic.
English song.
Titanic,
With
Titanic.
products.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's you two.
Okay.
Okay.
I
You first.
Okay, I'm going to introduce myself, and my name is Daruni Puttaratanamani, and my nickname is Toon. But my real nickname is Cartoon. Because my mom liked to read a cartoon book when she was pregnant, so that's why she gave me a cartoon name.
Japanese cartoon or English cartoon?
I don't really know that. Yeah.
Because if it's Japanese cartoon, your nickname should be anime, not cartoon.
Yeah.
Anime, what's that?
Anime
It
is
is a-
Japanese cartoon.
Yeah.
Manga is Japanese.
Manga is Japanese.
Yeah, it means like cartoon in Japanese.
Yeah, but
Manga.
you're right. But so we can call her manga as well because it means the same. Okay, go on.
Cartoon would be better.
my real name is Taruni. It's I was received this name because of the monk. Because at that time, previously my real name is not Daruni. My first name is Suhansa.
Oh,
You know,
really?
Ah.
because I was born during the Buddhist reign. So my mom gave me this name, but we like in Thai society we believe that when the monk give us a name, so it means like the lucky. So
Lucky.
so she asked the name from the monk, and then the monk gave me this name. So my name meaning is the teenager girl, you know, like that me for like woman, teenager girl, something like that. And where do I from? I'm from Samut Prakan. I live around like Bang Na. Have you ever been
Samut
there?
Prakan, is that Isan part or
No, it's middle in Bang Na.
in Bang Na?
Yeah.
So you speak Bangkok or you speak?
Yeah, of course,
Oh,
speak
you speak-
Central Thai.
Central.
And my first language is also Thai,
Awesome.
because my parents also speak Thai.
So you don't
To
have to
me.
code switching the languages like he does when he
No,
lives.
only
Okay.
Thai, only Central Thai.
Hey,
Yeah,
Bangkok.
because-
Bangkok.
Yeah.
Bangkok.
You know,
Yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
I have to face with code switching when first time I come to Bangkok. Right? I have to use Southern because I'm very get used to with Southern dialect.
Southern
So
dialect.
every time I speak with my Central friend,
I think first semester when we met him, he still has that.
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of-
Yeah.
Many
I
times
still
he
have that
speak
dialect.
a lot of Southern.
But I think this is his character.
Which
It's
is good. Which is
good
good.
thing.
Which is
yeah.
good. I'm proud. I'm proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I think when people speak in their own dialect, like Pitong said, because Pitong from
yeah, we can perceive that. Pitong
Yeah.
also a little bit Isan.
yes, yeah,
A lot Isan.
a lot is yeah. But Pitong English combination with the Isan dialect is quite lovely in my opinion.
Yeah,
It's-
because
yeah,
it shows who he is.
but something that is low class. So that's why he tried to use Central Thai. He
Yeah.
tried to use.
It's the perspective actually.
Yeah.
Most of
Most
people in the society think
Yeah.
that, and okay, my family, my mom and my dad is from Central Thai also, so no language, no other dialect, so we can speak only the Central Thai in my family. In both family and at school I also use the Central Thai because I also study. My school was at around Bang Na also.
What's the
So-
name of the school? Like,
รุ่งเรืองวิทยา You ever heard of that?
Never heard of
For my primary school. And about the social class, for my social class, I think that my social class is in the middle class. how about the education? Also, like, I've never been to study in abroad, so
Right.
my English will be only in Thai English, you know.
Which is, I think her English is quite really good
Yeah.
for someone who just grew up in Thailand. I don't know where you studied from.
But-
Titanic song,
But
definitely
yeah,
cannot.
I'm going to present about in the next part.
If I have my own kids, I'm gonna introduce them to Titanic song because it definitely can help improve your English. You know, you can.
You know what? When I started to sing this song when I was in only Pratham 5, around like 11 years old.
Can you just give me one part of Titanic song? Just one part.
I'll skip now.
Or at that time, I just want to like speak English and just want to like sing an English song because I think that if we can sing an English song, it's kind of you have the knowledge in English. So I started to listen and then I wrote it down in Thai.
Karaoke one,
Yeah,
right?
like every time I also every time in Thai and then to like complete all of the song lyrics and then try to listen and then repeat after the song. So that's why I can like, and after that I keep practicing by listen to another song, but in this time trying to find the meaning
Right.
of the song. So I think that I can, it helped me a lot.
So that's your education and interest at the
Yes.
same time. Okay, well, last person
Yeah.
here.
สวัสดีค่ะ My-
That's a new one. Good, good. Okay,
Start with Thai.
Yeah.
go ahead.
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีสวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ Sorry.
I don't like why
It's
Why
okay.
not?
ว่ายน้
Why
No.
not?
Yeah.
You, because it's your identity.
Yeah.
No, I think why can make people have a different,
The barrier.
different, yeah,
The
barrier
barrier,
is
yeah, it's
But
like
different.
I also
different,
do
right?
this when I see Ajahn.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
And
It's
you also do this
automatically
when you
come
do
out.
when you see me because I'm a higher.
No, I'm won't.
Yeah, yeah.
You're not.
I think why can make people different, you know?
Yeah. I have the same feeling, but sometimes I do see the necessary to do why. It depends on situation. But when we see a really old person or someone that we respect to, then we why. But
Yeah.
I don't want people to why me.
Yeah, too,
That's,
me too.
But I don't mind to why people. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it's like me because I don't like my student to why me too because I think it can make the gap between me and my student.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Okay, back to my
Okay.
profile.
So-
Hi, I'm Palm. Okay, นิทาวันสุทินวงศ์ค่ะ I come from Bangkok and I live in Bangkok.
Yes.
I speak Central Thai.
Same, all
Yes,
same.
yeah.
all same.
And actually,
Only country boy
yeah.
over there.
No. Actually, wait, listen to me. Actually, my father come from the south of Thailand, like Bobby, and but my mom, she was born in Thailand, and we speak Central Thai in my family. I think I absorb some idea or the why we have to learn English from my mother because she like to speak Thai with the English in the same time. I mean, course mix some word in the sentence that she speak to me. What happened, Jay?
Just keep speaking.
อะไรนะ
Keep speaking.
Keep speaking. Okay.
It's,
So
the background picture. Okay,
Okay.
Going back to that.
okay, and my father and my mother. I think for my social class, I think I come from a educated family because both my parents graduated from Kasetsart University and Thammasat University, both of them. Yeah, and he treat me like educate people. I not intend to look at other people that you didn't graduate from other university, but I mean the way they teach me or. Hello, Melly.
We're teamwork over here. Can you come in real quick so we can
We gotta make a video record.
linguistic
Linguistic
profile
profile.
Dr. Steve.
Dr.
class.
Steve.
Sociology, right?
Sociolinguistic.
Sociolinguistic, yeah.
Yeah, it's visual language over language experience, right? Over the languages that you know. That
Go ahead อาจารย์ Okay. Will do, will do.
Yeah. You can see yourself in YouTube
Soon.
Come on, continue.
soon. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.
Let's
Okay.
Continue. Okay, fine. Don't worry.
Or
Okay.
your parents, your mom and
Yeah,
your dad.
How are you?
My parents treat me like provide the attitude to me a lot, and my academic interest is teaching adult learner. That's why I decided to continue my master at English language teaching at APAC.
So that so now you have to change your identity of using English in the university, right?
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
So if you are if you use English in your house, you have different identity, right?
Yeah.
But if you go to university, you have to
workplace.
you have another identity of
Yeah, of
using
course.
English, right?
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to the next topic, right? The
Yeah.
perspective of English
Yeah.
that
In
in
Thai
Thai
society,
society. Okay.
Okay, let's move to the next part. We're going to talk about the perspective towards language being used in Thai society, right?
Right. Okay.
What's the first question?
How many? Sorry.
Okay.
No.
Okay, I will ask you first. How many language do you speak? now?
Actually, I speak only two languages, right? Thai and English. But in Thai, I have two dialects: standard Bangkok, standard Thai, and southern Thai, right? And I prefer to use southern dialect, but however, I have to adapt with Bangkok people, so I need to change my identity, and I have to use standard Thai. And another language is English. I don't use English very much, except that I need it. I use it only in university and in my workplace. I have to teach my students, so I have to speak English all the time.
Okay. Bobby, can I ask you some question? How do you feel when you have to change from southern dialect to central dialect? How do you feel?
Yeah, I feel like I lost my identity of my South dialect. I feel like I'm not myself because I stay in Hat Yai. I stay in South for many years, for 10 years, and I have to change to the standard Thai immediately. I cannot adapt with it,
How do you feel when you speak southern Thai in Bangkok? How people react to you?
Yeah, they don't understand my dialect. And
Some vocabulary or
yeah,
something,
and
right?
Because they speak too fast.
yes, in southern dialect it's very fast, and you have to understand. And sometimes they look down upon me. They think that I'm a low class people, so I have to change my dialect.
I don't. I think southern accent is kind of cool, but many words in southern part are totally different from Bangkok. Which even though you speak like for Isan and for North, that I could still find a similarity between Bangkok language and whatever language those are. So I can somewhat translate, but South it's really difficult for me to translate to middle to Bangkok language. Is it Bangkok language or Thai language?
Central Thai. actually.
Central Thai language. Maybe I don't have any relative from South, so I don't have any background knowledge about the language. That could be tough.
But actually, we can understand
Yeah.
It's like
any
So I have to
dialect
be
from Thailand.
so I have to be close to him for a while, so I can absorb some of the
Yes,
South.
so you can absorb my
seems
identity.
like
right?
Yeah.
seems like southern language they will shorten the word. Like
Yeah,
Yeah,
try
quite
to short,
fast.
very short.
yeah,
in the word.
Shorten and fast,
Yeah.
faster
Shorten and
pace
fast.
of speaking.
So it's maybe in a look rude. It may look rude to you.
Rude.
Can
Yeah,
you
yeah.
show me some like long sentences?
Long sentence.
Let's see. How many languages do you speak in southern accent?
in southern language.
In Thai, South
Okay,
accent.
let's see. I will speak to you like
ไทย
สบายดีไหม
บายดีไหม
ฮะ
Okay, so
Again.
you get the sample of that.
บายดีปะ
สบายดีปะสบายดี
อร่อยเปล่า อร่อยไหม
ร้อยไม้ร้อยไม้
ร้อยไหมโอเค
โอเค
What about
Okay, right,
I mean, what about you, Pom? How many languages you speak?
How many language
Oh, actually, I can speak 3 languages: French, English, Thai, Central Thai only. Even my father come from southern of Thailand, right? But I can understand, but I cannot speak southern dialect. Okay, vous comprenez?
Oh,
That's
oh,
French.
Yeah.
That's a French.
Yeah, it mean, do you understand what I say or something? Yeah. Vous comprenez?
You ever use French
I-
outside of the classroom? I mean, in Thai society, we don't really know French language.
Yeah,
at
yeah.
all.
Actually, we use French a little bit in Thailand, actually. But I have used French or speak French in the class that I teach my student, including actually in ABAC. I find many French people at the cafeteria, and we speak in French. Some word I don't understand. Yeah, some word I don't understand because they speak quite fast, but in general we can communicate quite well, and I can practice my French because I didn't use in the real life, you know.
I can probably count how many French people I have as a friend.
Yeah.
They're not that many
Not-
in
not-
Thailand.
Yeah, me too.
What about English? Do you ever use English
Yeah.
outside of classroom? I mean, we're speaking English right now, but
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, before we preparing this whole thing in Thai before we start speaking English, right? So, when do you use your English outside of classroom?
Actually, I have do code mix or code switching from Thai to English when I want to gossip, like I'm in a taxi and the taxi died really bad, so I switch to English or sometimes switch to French to gossip.
What if they could understand
That-
your English?
Yeah,
We'll
that's
come
why.
to me, we'll come
That's
to
why.
me.
That's
I
why
have a really good story about that.
Oh,
too,
really?
when it comes to me, I'll
Yeah.
tell you
Ah.
what's so bad about
Yeah,
that. part.
or even in my company, sometimes the staff in the company do the stupid thing or cannot manage
So you use
any
English?
schedule. Yeah, so I use English with my boyfriend too. Hey, what happened? How stupid they are? Or why they do like this?
I think you should use French instead of English.
But
Just-
my boyfriend cannot understand French, so I have to
why?
use English.
What
Yeah,
about
yeah,
you,
yeah.
Dune? How many languages do you speak?
How many language? I can speak 3 languages, which is Thai, English, and Japanese. Just a
Whoa,
little Japanese, yeah.
How little or how?
Like, okay, I will introduce myself in Japanese.
Okay.
Okay. 私の名前はダルミです。
Again
どうぞ。私の名前はダルミです。
I know watashi means I.
私
No,
Ah, yeah, I.
my name.
Yeah,
Watashi
my
no
name
is a
is-
question, right?
私の is belong to something belong to 名前 is name どうぞよろしくお願いします so that's the introduction of Japanese okay and for my English I can use English in my company and school
Yeah.
but for English at the company we use with Japanese and Thai boss some and foreign boss sometimes because in the meeting we always use English because there are like many foreigners like Japanese and foreign
Right.
that we call ฝรั่ง
Falang.
Yeah.
Falang.
So you use Faransé. Oh no, you
No,
don't speak
Falang.
English
English.
I also use English with my Japanese boss so I rarely use like Japanese in my daily life so that's why I quite forget some
Your boss understand Thai?
no
Not at
so
all.
that's why I have to use English
How about you, Jay? How many language do you speak?
First being Thai because I was born and raised in Thailand. I think my Thai was fluent enough, but not to the college level because I left Thailand when I was 12 or 13.
you can read Thai
I can
you
read and write
Thai,
because
yeah.
I already learned how to read and write since I was very
Before,
little. But you know, like the higher vocabularies that used in college and stuff, I will have trouble try to memorize them and pronounce them right. So most of the time when you see, you spoke in me in Thai most of the time, you can see sometimes I make mistakes in Thai languages too. English, I also speak English because I moved to US
Yeah.
since
So
I was
you
like
use a good English.
13, 14.
How many years you been there?
I think about 10 years.
Oh.
It took me a while before I get pretty confident speaking English in front of people, because I was a very shy kid before,
Really?
really. It's not about being shy, it's just, not being able to, my perspective then that if I have, English with my accent, I would be kind of little embarrassed to speak in front of people. That was the wrong perspective, but that was my perspective then. So I was afraid to talk to people. And then, when I talk to them in my Thai accent and they go like, what are you saying? I get a little paranoid. So I stopped talking to people for a while. I practiced with my dad and my brother, which they was there before I went to US, and they taught me how to speak, not proper English, but American English a little bit.
How do you feel when you speak English? And how do you feel when you speak Thai? Which one can make you more comfortable? Or
To Thai people are more comfortable using Thai. Like for you guys, I would rather speak Thai than you guys because we came from the Thai background. But for like when there is Falang or anyone else like Chinese or whoever in the group, I rather this conversation to be all in English so we all could understand. I feel that it's not fair that if we speak only Thai and then leave them out because they don't speak Thai. So I think we should use a language that everyone could understand.
do you think when you speak English, you feel you higher than them or something? Kun, Jay, Bobby, how do
Do
you?
you feel it? I don't want to.
I'm educated than you or
No,
something?
when I speak English, I don't feel I'm educated people, but
Right.
I feel that I don't have to use English because I don't want to lose my Thai
Your
identity.
right?
Yes, I proud in my Thai identity.
Right.
But when I use English, my English is different. I mean, like when I use English with Japanese, and when I use English with foreigner or Farang,
Right.
my English is totally different. I don't know why. When I use with Farang, my English is smoothly.
Ah.
I mean, like when I use with Japanese, my English is quite terrible.
Really?
I
So
don't
you
know
adapt
why.
your English into
Yeah.
the people around you.
It's like word by word, not in the complete sentence.
I see.
Like try to speak like this is something like this.
So in general,
Yeah.
I mean, you use English only in the classroom.
Only
and
for purpose.
for purpose use. What about you? You use English in class when you teach. You use English sometimes to gossip with your boyfriend in front of people. You use English at work,
Yeah, work and school.
at school, in school. I use English at work too because I work in IELE, and I use English with I talk in Thai, but I never type in Thai to my parents. Like even email, I text them. Even my aunt, she's totally Thai, but I text her in English, but I speak to her in Thai because it's for me it's kind of difficult to type in Thai. So I think that she won't understand what I'm saying. I will karaoke that Thai into it. Yeah. So basically, that's how I use Thai in Thai society and English in my Thai society.
I don't know. For me, I think when I speak English, I feel more comfortable than I speak Thai. I mean, I can show my, not show. I can express something that look confident. But if I speak Thai, maybe I cannot show the confident like this. How about
Is
you?
it because Thai language is inferior than English language? Is it impossible?
Yeah, maybe.
Because people perceive like English language is for educated person, right? So it may be look higher, and when you use English, it will make you confident. Is it possible?
Oh,
It
could be.
For me, the way to use English with friends is depends on the group of the friend.
Right.
Like for my friend for bachelor, I study at ABAC, so I have an ABAC friends, and they also always use English, so I have to use English with them too.
Yeah.
But
And you
when,
don't feel awkward speaking English to them, right?
but when I'm with my like high school friend, we are all Thai, and we also have to use Thai.
Right,
but
right.
for English, it's very
Very little.
little.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true.
How about how do you start learning English?
So this is right. This is next topic now, right? It's the perspective of English in Thailand, right? This is what this is about. Because you said English is little inferior than Thai.
No.
No.
Thai.
Thai is inferior than English. That's why sometimes it feel more confident to speak English. And you think you only use English because depends on people that you're around. What do you think about English in Thai? Using not only English, any language in Thai society outside of like classroom or outside of the purpose. Then
So
what do I mean? I don't know.
Okay, next.
How do you start learning language? Right?
I think like let's back to perspective first. I think Thai and English is equally important. Depends on people I speak with.
Yes.
Right. Like I said, I only use English when I see English people that only speak English. I only use English to people that I think they can speak English, and that I know that they won't understand Thai. That's so it's just an option of. I don't think it's better to speak English or Thai, but I think it's because I use English because that person doesn't understand English, and I use Thai when I know people already could speak Thai. Even though that person I talk to could speak English, I rather use Thai because it's my main language too. It's my mother language.
it's your identity, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So next question, right? How do you start?
Learning.
No,
Lang-
มันไปแล้วไหมครับ
How do you start? When do you start learning language? Yeah, we didn't answer that yet, right? When do you start?
Okay.
Primary
when?
school.
English. Let's start from Bobby. Let's start
Bobby.
here. When do you start learning?
Learning Thai. Maybe we can start from Thai, right?
Yeah, let's start from Thai. I think we all can answer this at the same time because Thai is our mother tongue. So we don't really learn the language. We absorb the language
Yeah.
right from the beginning.
We
Right?
have start from who? From our
Parents.
parents.
Environment.
Everyone around us, TV,
Environment.
radio.
From our Thai community.
Yeah.
So there's no need. But grammar-wise, maybe we have to start study it in school or whatever. But as a language, I think we all can absorb it in Thai environment.
Yeah.
Let's talk about second
English.
language or whatever language.
How I absorb English.
Yeah.
First, like I said earlier in the introduction, right, I like to listen to the international song, so I absorb many language from the songs, and then I went to study at Language Institute. There are many foreigner teachers to teach me how to speak English, and that's when I absorb another English language. How about you? How do
For
you
me,
absorb?
I start learning English when I was in primary school. I cannot remember the age.
Yes.
About prathom 3 or
Yeah.
something.
Me too.
And start learning by firstly we start learning by the remember the alphabet, to memorize the alphabet, and then after that we trying to learn word by word, like A and what something, and B bird no, and remember how to spell it and write it, and then how to
I think
read it, but
because
only
kids can learn better using visualize at the same time.
yeah. A and what B bird no, that's what we learn this way. How about you? We also
I
learn
think
this
in
way.
Thai we also learn
Yeah.
that.
Memorization.
Memorizing.
Memorizing. Okay.
And as I already mentioned before in the introduction part, that from my English learning inspiration is from English song. So that makes me really like English, really like to learn English, and really like to speak and know about English. And when I was in Mathayom 1, I started learn with the foreigner for the first time. But at that time, I couldn't understand anything.
So when did you start to feel you are confident in speaking?
Oh, around like 4 to 5 months.
Like, no, how old were you?
Oh, how old?
You how old now? I'm sorry.
Ask me that question.
Anyways, yeah. So how long ago when you start to feel like you can speak English in front of
Can speak English. Around the Mathayom 2 or 3.
Mathayom 2.
So how old? How old for Mathayom 2 or 3?
14.
14, yeah.
How about you?
And,
I think around 14, 15.
How you absorb
How
English
do I
and
absorb?
language?
Well, let's start from the beginning. I hate English. You know, I'm Thai.
actually, me too.
You know, I'm a type of kid who always sit in the back of the class and
Yeah.
reject everything that teachers say. So, you know, English class,
Born.
yeah, I'm a stubborn kid.
Stubborn kid.
You know, in English class, I think it's for like, I never gonna use it. This is not my mom language. Why should I learn? So I always sit in the back and ignore everything the teacher say. If the teacher asks me to read, I just go like, what? What should I read? And I was sent outside because I don't participate in class. And I started to learn English when I was forced to move to USA. You know, I cry a lot when I had to move because, you know, all my friends.
You could be happy.
Yeah, I was not happy. I was
Culture shock.
Yeah, culture shock, you know. But then the thing is, my brother already went there 2 years before I did. So when I went there, absolutely no English. It was the environment, it was the culture, it was everything that forced me to learn English. Not because I like it, because I have to survive. That's why I have to learn English. And that's when I was like, okay, you know what? If this is what I have to do to live in this country, I have to learn the language. So that's how and Thai, we all are the same. We started. What about you when you do?
I started learning English when I was primary 3, grade 3. And actually, yeah, like the Thai teacher always teach in memorization. Try
With Thai
encourage.
accent.
Yeah, actually I don't care about Thai accent, but they always support me to memorize a lot of vocabulary. And but I cannot. But I cannot communicate when I went to Singapore. The first country that I went there. That I cannot order the ice cream that I want.
Right.
But actually, I learned a lot of vocabulary. This is
I think I wrote on some of my final project too that I really hate against the idea of memorizing the vocabularies. It should be learned through reading.
We should
We
learn.
have to do dictation every week.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we have to do that.
Actually, what?
Actually, we should learn it with a social context.
Social content.
Yeah.
Like this subject is about sociology. We not learn only language function, but we have to learn how it function in
Right.
our society.
So like if you speak something, a word that I don't understand, then I ask you, hey, what does it mean? Sort of like this. That's how we absorb the language, not through memorization. Hey, let's look at this word. This it means this, and then try to memorize. I
Okay.
think it's bad. So
So
next question now.
Okay.
How do
how
you-
you use language?
In different community, you want to go for that? Okay. Let's start from let's start from lady first.
okay.
Okay.
I think actually we can actually now Thai people cannot communicate in English quite fluently as well. Actually, I mean, they can only some like private company. The employee can communicate in English, but in public organization, most of them cannot. So it's quite difficult for foreigner to contact with them. And I think when I learn sociolinguistic, I think we know how to communicate with different people. For example, if you want to communicate with the seller, like the the seller who sells som tam or something, you cannot use the difficult word to explain something. Or the employee in my company, you can use a technical term or technical term vocabulary to tell something to them because they don't understand. Even my student, when the parents of my student ask me about, how about my son? He's good at English. He has any problem or something? I know some technical term in like English language teaching, right? Like comprehensible input or something, schema knowledge. That we cannot use this word to explain to the parent that, oh, your student has a big problem about comprehensible input. Of course, they cannot understand. So we have to use the simple word to explain or give a comment to their parent.
Bobby?
How about you? How you use your Thai and English in different community? I mean, like in university, in your workplace, in your
I think
hometown.
I base on my common sense.
Yeah.
That's it. I look, I see what language they speak, and then I choose my language to speak with them.
Yeah.
It comes from, it's natural switching. I see a Falang, I automatically go up to him and speak in English. It's like, it's something my brain not designing, it's naturally happening. I see you guys, I'm not going to speak English to you guys first, I'm going to speak in Thai first. Until I realize you are not Thai. Like, let's say I go up to someone that look Asian, say, hey, sawadee krap, and then he speaks back to me in Burmese. Then I realize, okay, I should switch my language to English. But I pick languages based on what I assume that I have to use.
Okay.
Actually, my opinion is quite similar with Jay because I automatically like see the people, and then also when I see Thai people, also, I always use Thai. And when I see like foreigner, then try to speak English, so I use English.
Right?
But sometimes with Japanese, I also use English with my Japanese boss. But as I already mentioned, that my English is different. from like fluent English.
To less fluent. You pick the
less
person.
fluent, yeah.
You pick the people. And Bobby?
Yeah. In Thai language, I use my southern dialect when I come to my home, because when I use this southern dialect, I feel like I'm going home, right? And I will use standard Thai when I go to a formal place like a bank or school, because this institution require me to use a standard Thai, a formal Thai. And in English, I will use not really informal English when I speak with my friends, like you guys in the university. And sometimes if I have same as Thai language, sometimes if I have to go to a formal place, I will use a formal language. Like.
Okay.
So, do we have any problem using English or whatever language we're speaking?
Yeah, of course. Okay, let's start, Bobby.
Bobby just answered.
My big problem in using English in the past.
Do you have problem using Thai? That's first.
Thai?
Yeah, Thai.
No, I don't.
No
have
problem. You feel confident all the time. What about your English?
Because I have
A lot of schema.
a lot of resource and
Resource.
schema
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Thai language.
Right. So your English is the problem.
Yeah.
Right. So what is
Because we just
your weakness? Your least confident.
because I just start to use English a lot when I enter university. I think my conversation, I don't have problem with conversation, but I have a big problem with writing in English, because in the past I never learned how to write in English properly. I only write about grammar things and not,
Okay.
You have any problem?
Yeah, of course.
Let's start from Thai first. You have problem using Thai? You ever feel like you are weak using Thai?
I
Not confident?
I think in Thai is okay.
Okay.
Okay. No, not. There's not any problem.
English and French. You want to go with French first?
French, yeah,
first.
French. Maybe some vocabulary. I lack. I know of only few vocabulary in French. So, but I try to explain it, and so my teacher can understand it. So it's
If you see a French person standing right here, looking for help, would you be scared to go up to him
No.
and help him?
No,
right? So you're
no.
pretty
Yeah,
confident
yeah,
enough.
yeah.
And English, what about English?
English in the part actually I lack of writing skill because I learned in Thai school, right? Most of most of the program, right, lesson focus us to handle the exam, how to handle the exam, but don't try to provide a chance to me to practice any communication skill. So the big problem when I start learning in university is writing skill. I cannot write. Actually, I can speak. I can listen. I understand what they say. The foreigner say, but I cannot write, and that's why I have to take another course in the institute to teach me to write and yeah. But actually, we don't have chance to practice.
Okay. So this is related question. Okay, are you proud of all the languages that you know and you speak?
Yeah, I think if I can communicate, it's make me comfortable and make me confident. Even I got the idea from English language at a lingua franca. I didn't mean that we have to accept all the culture from English or American English or something, but I can communicate is okay. But I think this idea is quite important.
I didn't ask you this. Are you proud of all your languages that you know with the way that you speak it, your Thai, your English?
I'm very quite proud of my Thai language. But I love Thai. I'm born Thai and I love Thai.
Right.
I think
and your English?
I think
Oh,
English
sorry.
is like English is intruder.
Intruder.
It's my enemy because
Really?
Enemy.
Yeah.
It's
your
okay.
English is good.
It's your opinion.
Yes.
And you,
The problem for using English,
Thai. Do you have problem using Thai?
not really.
Not really.
Yeah. For me, English quite a lot.
If your
of
boss asks you to
problems.
write an email in Thai to a Thai Toyota at different department, will you be confident enough to write in Thai?
Sure.
Okay.
But mostly we use English
English, right?
for sending
Internal.
email.
Internal.
Even for sending to Thai, also use English.
Okay. Yeah, I think a lot of Thai
Yeah.
companies do that.
Yeah.
Do you have any problem in the part?
In the past, as I mentioned that I couldn't understand English when I first study English with foreigner. I just keep asking my friend next to me about what did he say, or what's the question, or everything, and then I'm trying to adapt and then trying to learn more and more. Then I'll get used to with it. So my problem of learning English in Thai school is quite too memorization. I have to memorize many things, but I cannot use it.
Yeah.
For example, they always teach me about the tense, which we have 12 tenses, but I cannot use it properly.
In the real world.
Yeah, and so I think it's quite be a problem for me because we learn it many times, but we cannot remember that because we don't understand them in the real meaning of it. We just memorize and we don't have a chance to use it, so no chance to practice.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be a problem for me.
How about you, Jay?
Problem? Thai?
A lot.
Problem. English?
Problem.
Well, let's start why first. Because Thailand, I spent here about 12 years. I never get to the advanced level of Thailand. So right now, my
What?
job's
12 years age,
It's,
can speak, right?
right, but not
Academic work.
academic writing. So right now, my job sometimes require me to write a letter. sometimes my job required me to write an email in Thai. I get panic.
Get panic.
I'm like, I asked my neighbor friend, my colleague, like, hey, could you please help me write this email because I have to write in Thai, but
More word.
I can use just friendly word, not the formal word. And English also, I didn't grow up in the English environment for the first 12 years. So my English was never to the point that got very strong. I also have problem writing. So both writing email in Thai and English for me would be only 80% confident. I always have to ask my colleague, hey, check my email first. You think this is okay? Before I send or submit anything out. But do I proud of my language? Yes, I am very proud. Like I was talking to you guys before, my name, Atada, right? Even though I went to USA, and many ask me, hey, your name is really hard to pronounce, you should change it. I told myself I never will change it because it's my identity. I want people to call me Atada because this is what my parents call me, what my friends call me. So I will stick with my name until forever.
Okay.
Was I proud of using that language when I was in US? Not from the beginning, because my English was very weak at first. So people kind of made fun of me, like, hey, I don't understand you. And then when I start speaking to them in Thai, then I get laughed at even more. They was like, ching chong, ching chong, ching chong, like making fun of my language. So I was like, I was afraid to use Thai or English from the beginning. But when I get to the point where I can start communicating English, I feel like there is no need to be scared of using my language. This is who I am. So when I'm inside my house, even my friends are white or black or whoever that they use English, they come to my house, I use Thai in front of them.
Okay.
So we come to
Conclusion
last part.
Last part.
So what you guys think how this subject, sociology of language and language identity will help you in the future, help you in your career?
Career, teacher,
In
career in the
teach, right.
future. I think you've been a teacher for a while, right? So you probably
So you
can
guys
answer
are a
this.
teacher.
Yeah, I mean I'm tutor. I'm tutoring.
You tutor.
I'm a tutor. So
Okay. For me, I think social linguistics can help me to understand my student more. When I understand my student, I can create the appropriate lesson or use the appropriate method to help them to improve their English.
right.
In the same time, I can create the appropriate material that fit with their schema to help them improve their skill too. Because one of the problem of Thai students is they cannot communicate. They cannot communicate in English, but they can do the exam, can handle the exam, but cannot communicate speaking or writing. Yeah, and including this subject can help me to be a specialist. This subject can help me to be more specialist because I didn't come to the class teach and then I receive I got the money and I go back home. But I come to the class and I know the student, analyze them, and know their problem, and I can fix in the point that they have a problem. That's why this can make me different from other teacher.
Alright.
Yeah.
And for me, I think this subject helped me a lot. In doing the language identity and language profile, it helped me know myself. And in order to
Microphone.
okay, and in order to know my student, I have to know myself first, right? And when I know my student, I can design my lesson according to their culture, their society, and I think that people come from a different place, right? And different people have different identity. So knowing your student identity is very important in your teaching. And when we learn language, we not only learn about the grammar and functions, but the language is always attached with culture, right? We have to teach them how language affect the society and how our society affects language.
And my answer is quite similar to you guys. What I've learned from this course is, firstly, I have to trust myself. I have to trust myself that I can teach them, and when I trust myself, so I can make students trust me.
Right.
Yeah, and after that, I need to know my target students. I have to provide the course that match with their knowledge and their abilities, so they will have some motivation and understanding and inspiration that they would like to learn English. And for me, I don't like the way that the teacher, most of Thai teacher, teach the student about the memorization. For me, if I can be a teacher, if I can be a teacher, I will change the way of teaching. I will put my student to participate in my class. I will make them in the groups, make them discuss among the group so they can share the idea among each other, because I believe that when they share the ideas, maybe someone they do not know something that the others know. When I'm talking to you, I may get more information or new information that I haven't known before from you. So that's why we can share to each other, and then when they learn and share among each other, so they can change. Learning is changing, as I can remember that. And for the group, I will match the student, for talkative students will be in the same group, and then quiet student will be in the same group, because I believe that if we put the student in this kind of group, so that we will encourage the quiet student to speak more.
Wait, what you just said just now, you said talkative with talkative, quiet with quiet. So shouldn't be more variety? No, I have an opposite idea.
Because there will no one stealing the.
Oh, okay.
She means she's trying to put many kind of students together, because we are from different society, right? So we can learn from each other society, not only language, right?
Right.
Society will improve our language.
Right. God, I hate to be the last person. I think you guys already taught my languages. I mean, my answers. Summarize of my part that hasn't already been said. Proud of who you are. Know your student identity. Know your identity. Don't adjust your identity to fit in the student society. Just be who you are. If I'm a Thai teacher, English teacher who speak like this, speak like this. You don't, just if I have to teach a whole bunch of British students, I'm not gonna try to speak British accent. I definitely can't speak British accent, but I'm not gonna try to fake my accent just to fit in the society. So as the students, if the student said, Ajahn, I don't want to have Thai accent because I don't think that's a real English, I will definitely tell that student that is the wrong idea.
Previously, I think like this. I think that for my English, for Thai English is not a good English.
Right.
So after I take this course, I realized that it's not true.
It's definitely, this course changed my thinking a lot. I realized that Thai English is the best that fits in the society. Don't try to be who you are not. Be who you are.
Yeah. So, come to the conclusion part. I think we are now living in a globalization world, right?
Right.
There are many people come from many different places, and sure there will be many identity, right?
Right.
We have to respect their identity. If we don't respect their identity, and that means that we also don't respect
Our
ourselves.
society.
Yeah, because they come from different community and they also use their identity in different community. Right? We not have only one identity, but we have different kind of identity.
So respect your identity.
Yeah.
Don't try to change their identities.
Yes.
Let them be who they are and let you be who you are.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for
Okay.
listening, guys. สวัสดี
สวัสดี
ครั
ค่ะ
บ สวัสดีครับ